A major political and religious controversy has resurfaced in Karnataka after the Congress government withdrew the 2022 order restricting religious attire in educational institutions and allowed students to wear limited faith-based symbols along with prescribed uniforms. The move comes 4 years after the BJP government had effectively enforced a hijab ban in government and aided educational institutions, arguing that uniforms were necessary to maintain equality and discipline in classrooms. Announcing the rollback, Karnataka School Education Minister Madhu Bangarappa has said students should not face discrimination for practicing their religious identity, while stressing that education remains the priority. The decision follows a fresh controversy during the Karnataka Common Entrance Test earlier this year, where several students were allegedly asked to remove religious symbols including Janeyu, Tilak, Kalava and earrings before entering examination halls. In one case, a student was allegedly denied entry for refusing to remove the Janeyu. The issue has once again reignited the larger debate over secularism, uniformity and religious freedom in educational spaces. Well, the controversy originally began in 2022 at a government PU college in Udupi, where Muslim students protested after being denied entry for wearing hijabs. The protests soon spread across Karnataka, triggering counter-protests by students wearing saffron scarves and leading to statewide tensions. In February 2022, the BJP-led Karnataka government issued an order mandating uniforms and barring attire seen as disturbing equality and public order. The Karnataka High Court later upheld the order, ruling that hijab was not an essential religious practice in classrooms. However, the matter remains pending before the Supreme Court after a split verdict in 2022. The BJP has now strongly criticized the Congress government's latest decisions, calling it appeasement politics and questioning the timing of the move while the matter remains sub judice before the Supreme Court. I'm being joined at this point by Satya Prakash, who's a spokesperson for Congress. I'm also being joined by Surabhi Hodigere, who's a spokesperson for BJP. And I'm also being joined by Advocate Junaid Khan, who's a spokesperson for AIMIM. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining me. Satya Prakash, what was the hurry?
There is no hurry. India is a secular state. During the NEET exams, as you all know, Sneha, lot of problems were there where Janudari they didn't allow Janudari, Bindis and other things. So a lot of people, even from the Hindu community, were telling the government that, few religious practices which Hindus, Muslims or Christians follow, we need to have space for them because Indian secularism is Nehruvian secularism, and in Nehruvian secularism, there is space for all religions. As per Article 19 and Article 21 also, life to dignity to practice whatever you want, whichever religion you want, whichever culture you want, is enshrined in the Constitution. In tune with the Constitution, the aberration that the erstwhile BJP government did in 2022, we have done the course correction so that a Hindu, a Muslim, irrespective of religion, can come and study. For us, education is religion. For us, education is tradition.
But this case, but this case is also sub judice. This is still in court. There was a split verdict where one judge went on to uphold the verdict, one judge went completely against it. It is a split verdict. It is still in court. Why not wait for that?
See, as per Section 7 and 133(2) of the Karnataka Education Act 1983, which allows government to regulate. Earlier government didn't regulate it correctly. And that particular thing is in the court. But the court or anything that will not stop a government from enacting new rules as far as these sections of the Karnataka Educational Act is. And this government has exactly done that. It is not just for hijab. You can wear a bindi and go. You can wear flowers and go. During, Ayyappa season, if something's required, even for Hindu traditions, you can put and go. What the BJP is telling is, allow us to put a saffron mask. No. Saffron is not a Hindu custom. I am a Hindu. I don't wear any saffron. Okay. So any practice of Hindu community or Christian community or Muslim community, which is a religious custom and every individual of that particular religion follows it.
Surbi Horigere, basically Satya Prakash, the Congress saying they are well in their right to do it. It is not discriminatory. They are allowing all religious symbols.
The High Court of Karnataka has said that a hijab is not essential component of Islam. But a saffron shawl, Mr. Satya Prakash here is arbitrating, is also not a essential part of Hinduism. He says a religion that, by the way, is very difficult to define what is not. Whereas the Abrahamic religions are a little bit more certain what is not.
No, actually, even that is complicated because this entire, I mean, just to add to what Surabhi is saying, I'm not in a way disagreeing with what she's saying, because even the court right now is looking at what's essential and what's not essential in the Sabrimala case as well. This whole thing about what's the core of a religion, what's essential, what's not essential, is really up for debate in the court even right now in multiple cases. One, of course, where this is sub judice, and the second where Sabrimala is. Surabhi Horigere, go ahead.
And the conversation went to court. The conversation went to court because the affected parties, including young Muslim women, decided that it needs to be thought about through the judicial process. Therefore, let us wait for the verdict. Let us understand what happens, doesn't. I don't think it's also right to compare something that is worn inside the uniform versus something that alters the uniform. Now, this debate can go on and off. Should I wear this? Can I come like this? Can I wear something else? Is it really the chief minister has come out and say only what is traditional, what is from our practices from before? Who is to determine these things? Who is to define these things? It's not in the ambit of the state to decide or not decide certain things. Let it go through the process of the judiciary. That is our argument.
Satya Prakash, that's a fair argument. You know, in a country like India, where you have a whole lot of religions, and within the religions, you have a whole lot of ways of following them. There's no one specific religion and no one specific way of following those traditions. They are interpreted community-wise, individual-wise. How do you really decide what is essential, what is not? Even the court has not been able to really come down on that singularly.
See, an earlier government, BJP, had done a policy decision. That was a policy decision. Nothing is written in the constitution. And we as a government today felt that it is against the Article 19 and Article 21. And because of these laws that erstwhile BJP government did, a right to education for a girl child or any child for that matter is at risk. As we saw in NEET, people brought scissors to cut. 1 second, ma'am. Ma'am, when you talked, I didn't come in between.
Why is it at risk?
When you spoke, I didn't come in.
Between two things? No, absolutely not. We live in a progressive world today.
When you spoke, I never come in between. Policy decision is not what the court does. The executive of the day does it. You, the executive on that day, did what you thought is good for you. But today, we are doing what is good for the society, whether it is Hindu, Muslim, Christ. We have never said only, hijab is okay. We said putting bindi also is okay. Putting your jedaru also is okay. I, with my own eyes, saw scissors, people taking scissors to cut the janadharni of a Hindu. Congress has allowed even a janadharni to be put.
Oh my God, how magnanimous.
Anything is there, you can take it.
Surabhi Horigere, how would you look at that? I mean, I'm trying to understand what's the objection at this point, Surabhi Horigere.
Okay. How about
Give me the 3 objections that you really have, because the Congress is saying this is a policy decision. It's not just about hijab, it's across board.
The role of the judiciary is to ensure that everything that the executive does is in line with the constitution, and that in this matter specifically, it has gone to court. Let the court arbitrate. Let the decision come out.
What has gone to the court is specifically about hijab. What Congress has done is across religions.
You asked me three
Yes, I'm just amplifying what you're saying. Go ahead.
Let the court arbitrate on the hijab matter. Second, we're talking about, we're talking about uniforms. We're talking about what you wear inside. What you wear explicitly outside. On both of these things, and there's also concerns on which this order also follows. There are concerns on how do you ensure that it doesn't hide identity, ensure that it doesn't. So there might be a Muslim woman for whom a niqab or a burqa is actually the thing that she wants to do, not hijab. right? So there are multiple ways you can argue this or not. Why are we denying a burqa wearing girl access to classroom? Why does she have to wear only hijab? I don't know the answers to these questions, but I'm just saying that these are pertinent questions. So if we're saying we're going with the uniform, the uniform is something that is an outer covering. Let us have a uniformed outer covering is what we are saying, right? And the third point, which is I think incredibly pertinent and important, is that if we are going to make these decisions in the list that they've given out today, they have said specifically Rudraksh, Janivara, hijab, so on and so forth. Why is it that I, as whatever I believe in and don't believe in, why can't I come in some sort of a covering? Why is that restricted?
As in?
I will decide to wear a hat of some nature and go to school and every single day. Why should it be rejected? I remember in my school, if our nails were grown a little longer, there used to be punishment. Why should there be a uniform then? Why should there be a uniform? Anybody can turn up in any way that they want to. A Jain, Digambar Jain can decide not to wear clothes at all. Why is that not going against their religious beliefs? This argument takes us down an intellectual drain. We have decided that modern education is
different religions.
Uniforms. Let the schools arbitrate this. Let the schools have their decision-making authority. If
how can schools arbitrate? Each school will arbitrate the way it wants.
Hear me out. Hear me out. My university, the university that I went to in Bengaluru, required that we have to wear only salwar kameez. Nothing else was allowed. As somebody who's a free-loving young woman, I should question why you're not allowing me to wear jeans. Where does this argument take us?
See, here,
and clearly,
that is why.
I think let me just steer this around. Let me just steer this around. You're taking into a wider discourse. And sure, we could have dress codes and we could have debates on that. And I'm sure we've had it in the past as well. But I think this is beyond that. This is about, you know, religious identity. It's about how one identifies inherently and how one can express that expression of religion for that matter. I'm also being joined at this time by Advocate Junaid Khan. How do you look at this?
I don't find anything wrong in the present government order, as nothing new has been done by the Congress government, and BJP government has prohibited the use of hijab in the schools and educational institutes, and the present government has only revoked that order. And if anyone is aggrieved by this government order, he can challenge the order in court of law, as the earlier order which BJP has invoked was challenged before the Karnataka High Court, and which was further challenged before the Supreme Court, and where Supreme Court has a split verdict which is pending before the larger bench now.
All right. Surabhi, how would you look at that? Junaid saying, have an issue, move the court.
Yeah, I mean, the court has been moved already. Why did the Congress, the political point, why did the Congress not want to wait for the court's verdict, the Supreme Court's verdict to come out? Is because they have had they've had a very difficult time in Davangere South, where the Muslim community was fairly against them on candidate selection. They have been having a lot of backlash from a community that they have taken for granted, not delivering on promises, taken for granted, not giving them tickets, not allowing for candidature, and therefore this is a face-saving measure. This is a way to go about. And also there was a lot of backlash on the way they handled the party leaders within their party, Muslim community leaders from their party. So this is a way to sort of fix everything. I don't know, but I think the point that I just want to, as a young educated woman, that I need to make over here for myself also, is that these sort of conversations should be handled with a lot of sense and sensibility. Let the court come out with its verdict. We will abide by it.
Satya Prakash, this is BJP's argument. This is nothing but Congress playing to the inherent vote bank that cost it a lot last time.
For the time being, let me accept with my young, educated BJP spokesperson, because she keeps on saying young, educated. What problem did we have with the Janudaris? Why did we allow Janudaris to come? What problem did we have with Rudrakshi, people who wear Rudrakshi? Did we have any problem with them? What problem did we have with those having other religious,
you won't have a problem with the saffron shawl as well. You won't have a problem with saffron shawl as well. Just clarify that, no?
One second.
Clarify that,
I will tell you. I will clarify. Saffron Storm belongs to BJP stooges like the Bajrang Dal, all rowdy elements. Bajrang Dal, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, all those people
Do you
who
have any
create
sense
problem
when
in the
you talk
university.
about this?
One second,
Do you have
please
any
wait,
sense
ma'am.
when you
Why are
speak
you?
about it? You defend
I
a
don't know. I
medieval
don't know what.
anti-woman hijab and niqab, but you say this about a saffron shawl. Really? Do you truly believe
Because
this?
hooligans are
This is your
because
party. This is
hooligans are
what your
wearing
party has
saffron shawl.
become. I am speaking with a
Your
lot of
Hindutva.
responsibility towards the young women saying they should not be
I
denied
cannot
access to
shout,
education,
madam. I
and
cannot
you are
shout with you.
hurting religious sentiment. You are hurting Hindu
I
sentiment
cannot
by
shout
saying the
with you.
saffron shawl is for gundas. That is what you are saying.
I
Satya
cannot,
Prakash sir, this is
I will
very
not be
disappointing.
hysterical like you. I
Very
don't believe in hysterics.
disappointing.
Listen to me.
Very disappointing.
Listen to me. Don't be hysterical. Listen to me. Saffron shawl in Karnataka is used by Hindutva gundas. Saffron shawl is used by
No, but
those
here's the
gundas.
question. Here's
Can
the
I
question,
say
Satya
gundas
Prakash.
used
Satya
by
Prakash.
terrorists
Satya
in
Prakash.
Bangalore?
We
Can
cannot-
I
Satya Prakash,
speak
the
like
point.
that?
No,
And you call me
I
a
don't think you
we-
can. I don't think you can walk down that line. You may say that
You-
it is
you wanna-
used by a particular organization, fair
Can
enough,
I
but
say-
it's also
Neha,
those
can
who are
I
not
say
linked
that?
to
Can
an.
I say a
It's not
skull
linked to
cap
a particular
terrorist?
organization,
Can I say
and
that?
still would wear the saffron shawl. It's not just about an
allow me a good
organization.
2 minutes.
Just because
Allow
an
me a good 2 minutes.
organization uses it extensively, it doesn't
I will
mean it's an
explain. I will
appropriation
explain.
and belonging to only
I
that
will- I will-
organization.
I-
It's part of the larger religion as well.
I will explain. No, if you all keep quiet, I'll explain. Go and look at Azim Premji University, the guys who ransacked that university's wall. All
Sir,
of them gundas were wearing.
topic.
See, you don't come in between.
Keep on
Don't
the
come in
topic.
between. See, how can we have a nice discussion like this? Why are you afraid of me speaking, Surabhi? Don't be
Not
afraid
because
of me
Satya
speaking.
Prakash,
Listen
I
to me.
think you're a lot more
Be a good
sensible than
listener.
this.
Listening,
Why would
listening
you
is
speak
an
like
art.
this?
Be a good listener. A good
Okay, I'm
spokesperson should
listening.
listen also. Listen.
Let
See,
the
we have
Hindus
seen
of
all those
Karnataka
attacks, all those attacks on churches, all those goons, VHP goons, Bajrang Dal goons are wearing saffron shawls. Look at the attacks
Terrorists
on all
wear
those
burqa.
hijab wearing women
Terrorists wear skull cap. You want me
in
to
Mandya. They
make
were
it too
all
equivalent?
hooligans who
Prakash,
were wearing
Satya
those
Prakash,
saffron
Satya
shawl.
Prakash, what
So
you are doing,
we cannot
what you are
allow-
doing is
We
what
cannot
the other
allow
extreme
goons
does.
wearing
You are
saffron shawl inside the
generalizing,
college.
you are associating a particular symbol, you're associating something essentially with only the wrong, which is where I think the problem really lies in. There cannot be an association or a
Saffron.
sole appropriation of one religious symbol. The
Saffron-
saffron shawl may be used
Saffron
by
shawl,
a group of
saffron-
section of
saffron
people.
shawl.
It doesn't mean the saffron shawl is not used in temples. It doesn't mean the saffron shawl is not
Saffron
worn while
shawl-
going to Sabrimala. It doesn't
I will
mean
tell you, I will.
it cannot
I
be
will tell you. No.
appropriated by one group
Saffron-
alone, and neither can the association
See,
or the
once-
counter be Satya Prakash.
See, what I'm trying to tell you is saffron is not a representative of all Hindus. I am a Hindu. I don't wear any saffron shawl. Please understand. The guys who go to Sabrimala, only the Guru wears that. All of the others wear the black one. So saffron shawl is not the representative of all Hindus in this country.
It
is
isn't
a
the representation of
few
all the
outfits.
Hindus, but it is a representation of some Hindus. And that's why it becomes
Few
important.
Hindus. Few. Wait. It is a representative of few Hindus, especially those.
For those who may
have
choose,
allegiance to
whether they have
BJP's
political leanings or not, there may also be other sections who don't have political leanings and will wear it, Satya.
Sir,
You can't
sir,
turn
sir,
around and say
can
that
we
there are
have a-
Hindus who do not wear the saffron shawl at all.
Okay, okay.
You can't do that.
A guy wears a saffron shawl, comes to religious minorities and asks them, demands them, beats them up to say Bharat Mata ki Jai. Such gunda behavior who uses a saffron shawl.
Surbi, come in at
can we
this
use
point.
the same
Surbi, how would
saffron
you
shawl for
respond
students in the
to
college?
what Satya Prakash is saying? I strongly object to just one thing. There cannot be an association or branding of one symbol to only one section that you may have an objection to.
I'm
Whether
sorry,
it be
why not?
in the Hindu religious symbols or Muslim Hindu religious symbols or Christian religious Hindu symbols. Christian
Sorry,
religious symbols.
I could not hear Satya Prakash sir's argument, but
He was continuing with where you essentially last left him at as well.
I don't even know what to say. How can you say that? Seers wear the saffron shawl. We look at it as a mark of respect. We think about it because there is some religious connotation to it. You cannot demean a community like that. But the present day Congress and their thought process about anything that is non-Abrahamic religion oriented it's so visible. This is what the country has been screaming about. This is what we've been talking about. When Rahul Gandhi says I'm a Janeudauri Brahmin, does a temple run, suddenly nobody wants to accept that, because for 364 days in the year, you're talking like this. In this entire debate and discussion, I have not been disrespectful towards the hijab, towards the burqa, even though I personally do not have a good opinion about it. But you are speaking as a political party representative against Hindus and their association with saffron. But this is the kind of debate that derails the conversation. The
Surabhi,
debate
Surabhi,
here, please,
you
sir,
said,
please, I
Surabhi,
don't
you
have
are
time to
saying,
listen to your
you,
argument today,
see,
because
see,
really,
see,
I
you
think
are
Satyaprakash,
saying,
let's
you don't,
I think people
Satyaprakash,
deserve
let
better
Surabhi
than
Hodigere
deserve better
respond.
than these inane
I
arguments.
gave you
Please.
ample time. Let Surabhi Hodigere
The
respond.
point here is that it is important for all persons young to access good quality education. Nothing should come in preventing that. Now, having said that, there is a reason why government schools have uniforms. Sometimes there are controversies, there are discrimination on the basis of beliefs. That should not happen. Those are things that uniforms prevent. It puts us on a level playing field, something that Baba Sahib Ambedkar has fought very hard for, something that everybody in our founding of our constitution has fought very hard for. In this case, we are talking about a very sensitive matter. It has gone to the court. Let the court come out with its verdict, and then we will have this discussion. The Congress party is playing politics on this. That was unnecessary. This is all I have to say. I am not arbitrating what is essential to a religion or not, what is
so
essential
this is
to
all
a
you
human
want to
being
say,
or
but
not.
you still
I am
continue.
not sitting in arbitrating. I am not sitting in arbitrating.
Okay, I have a
do not
question.
the right
I
to
have a
say that.
question.
Let me
I have a
answer to
question.
her.
I have a question.
It is won by our seers.
No, I
It
have
is
a
won by
question.
people who are
And this is
not
to Satyaprakash.
evidence.
Satyaprakash,
No, first let
now
me
you've
answer-
had a
let
lot
me
of
answer her.
controversies even while these national examinations have been taking place. People have been told to remove so and so and so and so. Many a times these are also religious symbols. How would you ensure that somebody who's allowed to wear X religious symbol turns up with that, saying it's their right, vis-a-vis somebody who's objected to, say, by an exam conducting organization saying you're not allowed to wear that? How does that work then? And therefore you have a controversies year after year across the states. How does that get solved?
See, this controversy was raised by BJP government, not by us. We are correcting an aberration. Let me come back to what Surabhi said. Surabhi said that she has reservations about burqa-led women and people who put hijab. That in itself is a regressive thing. I have no problem with someone wearing saffron. All I'm saying is this saffron should not be misused by those gunda elements within BJP, VHP, and Bajrang Dal is all I'm saying.
That's
If
not
a
what you
saffron
said.
shawl is worn by a Swamiji, if a saffron shawl is worn by a guy who does good things for the society, I have no problem. Unlike my friend Surabhi, who says
Minister
she has
Satyaprakash,
reservations about women
the
wearing a hijab
Karnataka
and
Chief
a burqa.
Minister has said
I
that they
have
will
no
not allow
reservation.
saffron shawls.
But I have
The Chief
reservations
Minister has
on those
said they will
gunda
not allow
elements
saffron
using
shawls.
saffron for their political and dirty
Satyaprakash,
needs.
you are
This is what
saying
I'm against.
that somebody who is doing good deeds, let them wear saffron shawls. You don't have a problem. But the
Yeah.
Chief Minister has said
Yeah.
they will not be allowed in schools with saffron shawls. So now is the saffron shawl becoming the new Janayu?
Saffron shawl is not a thing that every Hindu should wear. This is a difference.
Even a Janayu is not worn by every Hindu, sir. Even a Janayu is not worn by every Hindu.
Declared as non-essential.
That's right. People
The Karnataka
who
High Court.
wear can come with Janua. People
And
who don't
people
want
who
cannot
wear
come.
saffron shawls?
Please listen.
Saffron
Hijab
shawl
has
is not
been
an
declared
ingredient of the Hindu
non-essential.
Samaj. Please understand. It is not an ingredient. It is made an ingredient today by these so-called communal agents like BJP, VHP, and Bajrang Dal. These people have done it. 30, 40 years back, there was no saffron shawl at all.
What?
I'm telling you. There was no saffron
and
shawl.
how
Respond to
do
that.
you put it to put
Surabhi
that-
Hodigere respond to that. All right, Satyaprakash, let Surabhi
popularized.
Hodigere respond.
See,
Yeah.
this is the danger of you and I deciding what is essential, non-essential, because clearly the perspective that Mr. Satyaprakash is bringing is neither rooted in scriptures or there is literally no founding, no academic intellectual basis to what he's speaking about. In that way, High Court has said that hijab is non-essential to the practice of Islam. Why is it being allowed? It is not protected under Article
That is
25.
pending
Why
in the
is it being
Supreme
allowed?
Court in a larger bench.
Why
That
can't
decision
you
is
wait?
pending.
Why can't
Why
you
should we
wait?
wait? It is a policy
Why
decision.
can't you
The
wait?
government,
Because there is a question mark on it. Why can't you
whatever
wait?
operation you have done.
You
See,
are
please
defeating
understand
your own argument. If it is pending
please
in the
understand
Supreme Court, then wait.
who has gone to the
Who is going
court?
to
The
stop me
Muslim
tomorrow
community
from
has
wearing
gone to the
fashion
court.
shawl and come under what
Arey
basis
yaar,
then? No,
please
what are your
understand
arguments are absolutely incapable, so you cannot say, "Arey yaar." Your understanding of Hinduism is so lacking that you see saffron shawl is worn by gundas.
are you a better Hindu than me?
I'm not claiming to be a
Are you a
better
better?
person also,
Then
but my
what?
argument
Coming.
is
Let me
correct.
just come in. Let
How
me
can
just
you
come
say
in.
my
Satya
understanding? How can
Prakash.
you say?
Satya Prakash.
How can you say
In the court. Satya
How
Prakash.
can you say? How can
Last,
you?
last
I'm
question.
stating what
Satya
the High
Prakash.
Court has
Surabhi.
stated.
Satya Prakash Surabhi. Satya Prakash. There have been courts in the past. It's been, you've had it in Maharashtra. You've had it in Karnataka as well, where hijab as an essential practice has not been taken in as an argument as well, and therefore you had the burqa ban, the hijab ban even upheld in Maharashtra, in schools in Maharashtra as well by the High Court there. Then how does this stand? The question that is essentially coming is why the rush when there's something that's already sub judice?
Okay, don't intervene. According to the Constitution, who has a right to make policy decisions? The judiciary or the executive? The executive has a right to form policy. People questioning the policy of the government went to court. Court has no jurisdiction over the policy of the government. Please understand. Very clear Supreme Court judgments are there that as far as policy is concerned, the executive, either the central government or the state government, has all the rights to make a policy. Earlier BJP government did a policy which was against a particular community. They went to court. This policy is not for or against any community. Please give me just 30 seconds, please. I will explain. We have given hijab to the Muslim community. We have given tilak to the Hindu community. We have given janadari. We have given, Rudrakshi Mala. We have done everything for everyone.
All right. Surabhi, 30 seconds to you.
I mean, the defeating argument that the policy can be made unilaterally and government does not have to listen to the Supreme Court is a lack of understanding on how the Constitution envisions the state in India. It is not so. Policy is always checks and balances on policy is always done through the judiciary. That is literally their role. In this particular case, I am stating this point 3 times. In this particular case, the matter is being discussed in the judiciary. Let us wait. It is a sensitive issue. It is an issue that will raise up a lot of emotion. Let us wait. What was the hurry? The hurry was your politics. So clear and simple.
Advocate Junaid, your last words. Advocate Junaid, your last response. Your last remark.
Hari is right to education for all kids.
I would only like to say that the present order is neither compelling anyone to wear this religious symbol nor prohibiting. Rather, it is saying that no student should be compelled or forced to remove these religious symbols, as in past we have seen that certain students who have been prohibited from sitting in examination for wearing either janev or hijab. The government has made a policy to rule out these disputes.